I think I'm live. Can you tell me in the chat if you can see me and hear me? I don't even know if there are people. Yes, thank you. Thank you for answering, Katerina. Thank you. I'm not alone here. This is actually my second time doing a live chat, but the first time was a fail because there was this person who hacked into the live chat. Well, not hacked, but just like went into the live chat and started like spamming and saying horrible stuff. And now I made this feature where I turned on like subscriber only mode. So normally only people who are subscribed should be able to write comments. So hopefully we don't have an issue this time, but we'll see. Hello, see another person here. So I'm gonna wait just a little bit until we have a little bit more people. And I have like no plans for this chat. I just wanted to say hi and thank you for 50,000 subscribers. And that's it. And answer questions maybe. I asked some questions. I mean, I asked you to ask questions on Instagram so that if like nobody has questions here, I'll just answer the ones on Instagram. But we'll see. Hi, Anna. So I don't know if there's probably like a little delay between when you're typing and when I'm talking. So yeah, it's so weird talking to myself and imagining that, there are people. So it's cool. Somebody says, Matthew, I love your nutrition advice. I'm planning to make nutrition. How do you? Really? That would be so cool, Matthew. You should totally do that. Jerusha, so excited that you made it to 50K. You do great on YouTube Reels. Oh, thank you so much. Jerusha, I see you. You're commenting everywhere on my Instagram posts, in my YouTube channel. You bought my course, so thank you for being such a loyal subscriber. I always notice people who comment a lot, and it just makes me so happy when you do. And I feel like sometimes when you're a YouTuber making your videos like on your own, you forget that there are other people watching and that it can be helpful for some people. Hi. So it always like warms my heart so much when I get messages from you telling me that my content is useful to you, that it helps you. And it just really makes me want to keep on going because yeah, that's awesome. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Thank you. I'm really, really good. I'm like a little bit sick, but I feel like I've been sick for like the past 3 months. Like I've had this cold like on and off. But other than that, I'm really good. Spring is almost here in like a month. So I'm really excited for that. How about you? Tell me, it would be so cool if you guys would all tell me like where you're from because I have my YouTube stats, which tell me where most of my subscribers are from, mainly in the US, but it would be really cool to see like right now where most of you are from. Stariel says, I love your channel. It says helped me so much with creating healthier habits. And I was doing it for many years. Thank you so much. That means a lot. It's so cool that my channel is helping you create healthier habits. Okay, so now I'm getting where you guys are from. So this is cool. Slovakia, Canada, Hamburg, Greece. So there's actually lots of Europeans here. That's exciting. That's really nice. I mean, with the time, I guess it's kind of hard to get American people unless they're like on the East Coast, but probably not going to be getting West Coast people. It's probably too early for them. Netherlands, Alabama. Oh, we have an American here. I mean, a USA person here. Afghanistan, that's awesome. Maine, again, another USA. Europe loves France. Croatia. Oh, I love Croatia. I went there last summer. I mean, 2 summers ago. It was really nice. I loved it. Europe loves France. France loves Europe. Like, I really consider myself to be European more than French. I don't know why. Okay, this is cool. Thank you for answering. This is really nice. So, I mean, there are like a little bit more people now. I think this is like, I don't know how long this is going to be, maybe like 30 minutes. So this is really just to thank you again. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for helping me get to 50,000 subscribers. It was really, somebody says, am I the only one who doesn't see you? Can anybody else not see me? we met in, yes, I remember you. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Fanayi Media. Totally. Another YouTuber. Somebody says, I just see black. Somebody says, I see you. Okay, so hopefully you guys are seeing me. You should be seeing me. Okay. Well, I'm sorry, Laura, if you are not seeing me. Maybe you should try to exit and come back, or watch on another device. I don't know. Okay. So yeah, I was saying thank you all so much. I don't know if you guys know this, but my channel was hacked in December. I was really close to 50,000 subscribers. And then my channel was hacked, and I thought that I would never be getting it back. I was like, okay, this is the end. I'm never going to get it back. And I was able to get it back, which is really exciting. So I'm really happy that I was able to do that. But it took a while. But in the meantime, I lost 600, 700 subscribers, which was okay. But the problem is that since in 2 days my channel lost so many subscribers, then the algorithm has been tanking my channel so much. I am getting a third of the views that I was getting before. I'm barely getting subscribers. So I was so excited to finally get 50,000. And again, thank you all so much. All you guys that are here, it means so much. I'm always scared. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do a YouTube live. I'm going to be all by myself. So I'm really happy that you guys are here, especially again with time differences, different time zones. It can be really difficult to kind of find a time to get together. But yeah, so thank you all so much for being here. So again, this video is to thank you. So I really want to do whatever you guys want to do. Do you have any questions? It can be questions about anything. It can be nutrition. It can be other, unless it's weird. But any questions, I'll try to answer. And then I also asked on Instagram. So as I wait, while we're waiting for you to have questions, I'm just gonna go through the ones that I have on Instagram, that I posted, and that way we can get this chat started. But again, this is to thank you and to chat with you and to see you. So I really want to do whatever you guys want to do. So just let me know in the chat. So a question I got was, how did you become a nutritionist? I got this one a few times. So basically in France, it's a little different, I think, than in the US. So in France, what I did was first of all, I went into medicine at first, because I wanted to become a doctor. But in France, you have to take a year of medicine, and then once you're done, there's a huge contest, and then you can actually get into medical school. So I did not get into medical school. I was not able to pass that contest. However, I was able to get into second year of biology after that. And so I kind of started with biology, and at first it was kind of just this opportunity that I had thanks to med school. But then after a while, I started really liking it. And so I did my what's the word? 3 years, bachelor's, I think you guys say, licence in French. So I got my licence in biology, which was general biology, physiology, cellular biology, all of these things. And then I did my master's in nutrition. So the first year was kind of animal nutrition, and the second year of my master's was really into human nutrition and nutrition and health and the impact of nutrition on health. So that's what I did. And then I also wanted to learn how to, because doing this, I mainly learned nutrition science. And then I did a training, a course that made me be able to help clients. I did that for 6 months, I think. That was 6 months. So yeah, that's how I became a nutritionist. And it was I don't know, 3 years ago. And then it was COVID. So I decided to, I was oh, I'm just going to start online, try to make videos to get clients, start doing that, and we'll see how it goes. And I ended up sticking to that because I love being able to get clients everywhere in the world. And if I were if I had a practice in Paris, if I had a cabinet in Paris, then I would only see French people. So I feel internet is awesome for that. Okay, so that was that question. I still have a question in the chat. Can you answer more private questions? Yeah, I mean, sure, it depends what they are. Oh, no, that's fine. It's not that private. You said, I would like to know how you manage to live alone. Have you had a hard time getting everything together? Or is the transition smooth? So I had like weird transition phases because so when I was like 17, I went to study, and so I lived like without my parents. Like I went to live with a roommate. Then I lived alone for a year. Then I lived with my like past boyfriend for 2 years. Then I went back to live with my parents when I went to Paris because Paris is like so expensive. Because at first during my studies I was in the south of France, and then now I'm in Paris. And so for my master's degree, I was in Paris with my parents. I stayed there all throughout COVID, and then I moved to an apartment with my sister and another roommate. So that was like kind of a transition. I was like not with my parents anymore, but not alone. And now I've been living alone for like 2 months and I love it. I am such like I'm a loner, but like I love being alone. I love having my own schedule. I love doing things whenever I want. And yeah, honestly, I didn't feel that it was hard. The only thing, like, of course, like moving is hard. Finding an apartment, especially in Paris, that was hard for like 3 months. It was impossible for me to find an apartment. It was just so hard. There's like so many people. Like I would call. Okay, I'm really like talking about my life now. Sorry about that, but I'm just getting inspired. I would like call apartments. I would like see the um, the apartment like ad, and I would call them, and like 2 minutes after the ad came out, and they're like, "Oh, we're already full. Like there's already like too many visitors," and I'm like, "What? Like this is impossible." And I would go to like visits. There would be like 15 other people with me. It was just impossible. So that was annoying. But now that I have my apartment, I'm really happy in it and I really like it. So yeah. I have another question. Isn't freezing frozen fruit in the microwave safe? I was told it kills the vitamins. No, you can totally unfreeze frozen fruit in the microwave. There's like a thing that like microwaves are bad. I don't know why. Microwaves actually keep vitamins better than other forms of cooking. So microwaves are absolutely fine. Of course, whenever you process a food, so cooking is a form of processing. Whenever you start processing a food, you're going to change some of the way that there's going to be like the nutrients and vitamins. And in a lot of cases, you can decrease it a little bit, but in some cases, it increases. Like, for instance, if you take tomatoes, if you cook them, you actually get an increased amount of nutrients from the tomato. So mainly you're going to be losing a little bit of the vitamins, but that's really for any way that you cook. And that's why I would recommend that you have a mixture of foods that are frozen and I mean not frozen, foods that are raw and foods that you cook. So that way you can kind of get different nutrients, different vitamins from different things. So I think that yeah, you can totally use a microwave. It's safe, no problem. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, one of my biggest interests has been nutrition since I was a kid. Finding channel is breath of fresh air and CF craft. Oh, thank you so much. That's so nice, Matthew. Yeah, definitely let me know when you make your nutrition channel. All vegan meals. That's really cool. That's really nice. Also, you guys don't forget, like I say this like all the time, but don't forget to let me know what kind of videos you want to see. Again, I don't know if you saw this, but I've been trying to make like 2 videos a week now as much as I can, or at least posting like a short, like shorts and a video. So I have more like video space to make videos that you guys want me to make. I'm trying to make more videos that you guys are asking me to. Like the next video coming up is going to be what I eat in a week. I get these like people ask me for these all the time, but they are so long. Like it took me like I filmed it last week and I have the entire video filmed, but I've been editing it since Monday. Probably it's like my 40th hour on it. I'm not kidding. And it's like 1/3 of the way edited. So long. But yeah, definitely. Hi from Los Angeles. Hi. Oh, wow. It must be super early for you. Kelly, thank you for joining us. Hi, Lucy. How often do you cut your hair? My hair is super long. I don't know if you can tell here. My hair is super long. I would say that I cut it like twice, like 2 times in the year, but I cut it myself. I haven't been to like hairdressers in like since I was like 12. I'm not even kidding. I cut my own hair. I cut my sister's hair. I cut my mom's hair. I don't mind. I even cut my friend's hair sometimes. So I feel like I don't trust hairstylists with my hair, because last time I went to get my hair cut, they told me that they would cut the ends, and they cut like way more than the ends. So ever since then, I've been traumatized, and I don't go to hairstylists. Also, my hair is so long that it's easy for me to cut it by myself. Yeah, I cut it like twice a year, and I'm at the stage where I don't want it to grow longer. I just want it like to maintain this length and have it healthy. So I cut maybe like 6 centimeters. Let me see how many inches that is. Do I have like a ruler that does both? I think I have a ruler. Okay. Yeah. So this is 12 centimeters. So that's like maybe 5 inches, 5 inches approximately of my hair. I cut like 5 to 6 inches twice a year. I basically cut off what grows, and that maintains it like healthy and long. Thank you for answering. I will join the congrats. Oh, wow, Andrea, you've been here since I had 2,000 subs. Wow, that's crazy. All of you here who have been here since the beginning, thank you so much. I don't even know how I was able to keep posting videos. Like for a whole year, I posted videos. I had like from 0 to like 900 subscribers. I got monetized like a year after making videos. And then I had a video that went viral, and then I got more subscribers, and now it has slowed down a lot. Like I got 40,000 subscribers last September, I believe. So it's so cool. I liked what eats in a day. Yeah, my mom, you guys always love when my mom is on here, so I have to get her on more, but I don't live with her anymore. But I mean, I don't live that far away. But I definitely need to make more videos with her. Also, if you're open for video idea, maybe what to eat, not to eat when pregnant. Currently pregnant. Oh, congratulations, Andrea, on your pregnancy. And yes, I actually got like a video request for that. I have to make a video on that. And I actually got like Instagram DM question on like how to eat during pregnancy. So I'll definitely be making a video on that. I have to make it. But in short, basically you have to be eating the same way that you have to be eating all the time, which is, again, focus mainly on whole foods. Make sure that you're eating enough. Make sure that you're getting plenty of fruit and veggies, drinking plenty of water, plenty of protein. In terms of like calorie needs, in the first trimester, usually the needs are pretty much the same. You don't need to be increasing your calories that much. But then as time goes on, like second trimester, you can maybe increase like 200, 300 calories. Third trimester, maybe like a little more. But if you're practicing intuitive eating, which you should be, hopefully, then your body is just going to send you a little bit like more hunger signals, and you can just listen to that, and there's not going to be an issue. I would say like one thing that would be different is that you have to be careful with anything kind of like raw, any like raw fish, any like cheese, like runny cheese, things that aren't like pasteurized, anything that can have some type of like bacteria, because that could be harmful for the baby, and like mercury in fish, and like raw fish, like these things. But in general, yeah. And also make sure that you're getting enough folic acid. That's very important. Maybe you can get a supplement. Maybe, I don't know if doctors, I mean, I've never been pregnant. I don't know if doctors give you a supplement for that. But yeah, folic acid is important, and like dark leafy greens, and like beans, seeds, things like that, and whole grains as well. Thanks for answering. You're welcome. Thank you for asking the questions. I love seeing what kinds of meals people eat online. So what I eat in a week sounds awesome. Yeah, I wish I could make more what I eat in a week. So I would love to have somebody just film me, because honestly, the hardest part is setting up the camera everywhere. And when it takes me like maybe like 30 minutes to cook a meal, normally when I film it, it takes me like 2 hours, because I'm always like setting up the camera and turning it off and turning it on and like changing that and like cutting the mic and like testing. It's like it takes forever. It takes forever. But I do think that I like filming what I eat in a week a lot. And I think that it's more helpful. I mean, the reason why I think it's more helpful than like what I eat in a day is that you can actually see the different balance, and how I kind of like, you'll see like in this video coming up, there are days where I like overeat a little bit, or like indulge in certain things that I don't usually have. And so you can see how I kind of balance that out the next day without obviously like starving myself or doing any of that. But I think that that can be interesting, and I hope there's going to be like interesting recipes for you and little like tips. So I love to see a video with your takes on snacks. I feel like I snack too much, but eating bigger meals make me too full. Yes, I definitely need to make a video on snacks too. If you feel like you snack too much, I mean, there's nothing wrong with snacking. It just depends on like the type of foods that you're having. The reason why I recommend meals over snacking is that usually when you have your like regular meals, you're more likely to make it like more balanced, and you're more likely to have like grains and veggies and fruit and protein in there. And when you snack, you're more likely to kind of just grab whatever you have. Maybe it's a little more processed. But if you know that you're like a snacker, it's totally fine to snack more. And in that case, you just need to make sure that you're always having like some sort of fiber, some like veggies, some type of like maybe like bread, or like if it's like sourdough bread, rye bread, whole wheat bread, that's like even better than white bread. And then maybe you can put some like nut butter on it or something, or some like cheese or whatever, and then have some fruit with that. You can do things like that that make it balanced, just fruit and nuts as well. You can also have like, if you want like a cookie, you can totally have that, but then maybe you can have also a fruit with that. So that's the thing with snacking. You just need to make sure, if you're mainly snacking, you need to make sure that your snacks are like little meals in terms of balance. Jenny, so excited to see you reach 50K, especially after thieves trying to take your channel. Thank you. That was so horrible. I really thought that I was going to lose it forever. I recently had annual blood work done and my cholesterol is high. Yeah, high cholesterol. The thing with cholesterol is that the way that you eat doesn't influence it that much, because basically if you create cholesterol in your body, and the more you eat cholesterol, the less your body is going to create it, and the less you eat cholesterol, the more your body is going to create it. But you can impact your cholesterol levels a little bit. It's always the same thing. If you're eating mainly whole foods, make sure that you're not eating like too many processed foods. Meat is also pretty bad for cholesterol, any type of like refined fats, all of that. You can try to limit a little bit. Make sure that you're exercising as well. You can also try eating Brazil nuts. Not too many, maybe like 2 or 3, because there's like this one little tiny study, so it doesn't really mean much, but it doesn't hurt to try, that showed that eating Brazil nuts would help with cholesterol levels. And I've suggested that to people, and they found that it helps a little. So yeah, totally, you can totally do that. Green and brown lentils are extremely high in fillets. Yes, yes. Since you're a vegan, Matthew, you probably know like all the vegan food sources for getting different nutrients. So that's great. I would love if you and your mom made a cookbook with recipes for family, single people. Sorry, that's so funny, because I actually was talking about this. I was like, I definitely need to make a cookbook, like maybe an online, like a, what's the word? Like a PDF cookbook. Not a like a physical cookbook, but I need to do that because people are always asking me for recipes, and I never write down my recipes. I don't know if you've watched my cook with me video, but I never like to follow recipes. Like, I mean, I kind of follow the baseline for a recipe, and then I just do my own thing. So I would need to make a cookbook for my own stuff. And with my mom and I thought about it, like asking my mom for her recipes, and then my grandma for her recipes, and then we can make like a French women cookbook. Yeah, I've definitely thought about that, but it's just like I need time to do that. So it's always the time missing. I have a bunch of ideas, but let's see a video about recipe for making real French bread. Okay, I'm gonna be 100% transparent with you. I've never made I've never made bread from scratch ever. But I could always try. Are you flexible with your food choices while being on a vacation? Like, do you eat meat or other stuff on vacation if vegetarian food is not available? So, excuse me, I would say that I'm flexible with my food choices. I don't know if you watched my last video, but I kind of talk about that on there, in the sense that I'm not going to try to have the same type of meals that I have. I'm not going to necessarily try to balance everything. I'm going to be there to enjoy what I eat, and I'm going to be there to have like different foods and try different things, especially if I'm like abroad. But I draw the line at like non-vegetarian food. I'm never gonna eat meat. I'm not gonna eat non-vegetarian food. It has happened like when I went to Portugal and there was like no vegetarian option and I just ate like lettuce. Like I would rather not eat than eat meat at the point that I'm where I am like right now. But yeah, I'm flexible with everything else though. Nina, hey, new subscriber here. Congrats on 50K. Thank you so much and love your content. You've helped me a lot in developing a healthy relationship with food. Thank you so much. That really, really means a lot. And I'm this always like means so much to me because I'm so happy that I can help people. That's the whole reason why I do this. And again, your comments really make me want to keep on going. So thank you. How do you deal because of sugar cravings, because of a bad night of sleep the night before? So I have a video on sugar cravings. I do think that ultimately if you're craving sugar a lot, like more than what would be considered the norm, then it's probably because you are restricting sugar in some type of way. And in that case, it's good to make sure that you are eating plenty of whole carbs. So sugar in the form of like whole grains, like pasta, rice, quinoa, and veggies, fruit, all of that. That's like really important. And that you're also making sure that you're eating some sugar in the form of like refined carbs, like cookies, cupcakes, donuts, whatever, anything that you enjoy eating, again, so that you feel satisfied and that you don't end up binging or any of these things. Now, on the occasional, like you're saying, like bad night of sleep or like super stress moment, you may also have these cravings because you're associated in your brain, like whenever you're stressed or dealing with something, then you're going to turn to sugar. So in this case, you kind of need to find other ways to deal with this stress. And I would really advise that you like make a list with all the things that you feel that help you whenever you're stressed, all the things that make you feel good that are different than like eating sugar, and then try to do these things. And you can also like eat sugar like a little bit and then do also these things just to rewire your brain a little bit, and so that it doesn't like automatically associate, okay, I've slept badly, I'm stressed, I'm gonna eat sugar. Would you ever do a video on eating disorders? Okay, so this is a tough question because I don't want to, I don't know. I like videos for me, they should never replace, of course, medical advice. I feel like I only want my videos to be like a bonus for people. I would never want to say anything that could harm anyone. So that's why I'm a little bit scared of talking about eating disorders because also everybody is different when it comes to eating disorders. And what works for one person won't work for the other. I don't want to trigger anyone like with an eating disorder in my video. So that's always kind of hard for me. I have made a video on like orthorexia because that is not technically classified as an eating disorder. Like it's very recently become like we've become aware that it could be an eating disorder. But I wouldn't really be comfortable. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to do more harm than good. Congrats on 50K, Lucy. Best boxing channel around. Yeah, because if you guys don't know, when I got hacked by a boxing channel. So a boxing channel replaced like a fighting channel, deleted all my videos, and then put a fighting video. So that's why. I love seeing you loosely follow a recipe and cooking videos. That's how I use recipes too. I never know how to share recipes with friends because I change so much and I go, yes, absolutely. And that's why I definitely think that if I were to make a cookbook, I would need to be like writing because like I loosely follow it. And then I kind of, once I find something that works, I kind of stick to that. So yeah, but that's the way that I like to do things too. Okay, so I'm going to be answering a little bit more Instagram questions. I don't know if some of you are here from the people who posted on Instagram. Somebody said, favorite spots in Paris. Okay, I have so many. So I love, in Paris, I love restaurants. I love going to restaurants. I like restaurants that have like a nice vibe that are like pretty. So there's like a restaurant that I like called the Cuckoo Restaurant. The vibe is like really pretty. There's also, okay, there's like so many I can't think of. Then I also like going to parks in Paris. So when I like where I used to live with my sister, there was the Butte Chaumont Park. That one was really, really pretty, really nice. There was like a lake in the middle and you could like cross a bridge. It was really, really pretty. I love that one. I also like Montsouris. That's a nice park as well. I love walking around the Seine, like Liquide Seine. That's like such a beautiful walk, especially when it gets sunny out. I love going to, so this is not French, but it's in Paris. It's like called the Shakespeare and Co. It's like a library, but there's like books in English, and so I love that. You could just like take a book and read it there. I mean, it's not a library; it's like a bookshop. Sorry, because in France, librairie means bookshop. So it's like a bookshop. You can kind of go there. There's also, speaking of like bookshops, because I love reading. I love reading so much. So that's why I'm talking about bookshops. There's also one called W.H. Smith, which again, it's like English books. So not ideal if you're trying to learn French, but you can like get a book and there's like a little cafe. I love going there too. What else? Where else do I love going? I love going to Trocadero. You can have a nice view of the Eiffel Tower there. Where I live in Montmartre, like near Montmartre, I love walking around there as well. There's like the Sacré-Cœur. It's like really pretty, and then there's like a really pretty view. Um, there's like literally so many. Oh, I remember I used to like Café Cassettes a lot. I'm saying used to because I used to go with a friend all the time, and now she left, so I don't go. But I love that. It's really cute. There's like tons of flowers. I used to go there all the time. The thing about Paris is that I have a little bit trouble talking about my like favorite places because it's so big. There's so many restaurants, so many bars, so many cafes, so many shops that I want to test something different every time. And so I don't have like it's not like I have like a favorites thing that I go to all the time. Like I love to change. So okay, I think that okay, wait. So now I got carried away with my Instagram questions. I'm missing the question to chat. So I'm gonna go back a little bit. Okay, let's see. What are winters like in France? Well, in Paris, at least, winters are really mild. So that means that right now, well, it's technically winter. Let me tell you how many degrees it is. So it's 10 degrees Celsius. Okay, I don't know. I don't know how many degrees that is Fahrenheit. Can somebody convert for me? Yeah. I don't know. I thought I would be able to. No, I can't see. But like, I don't know how many degrees that is in Fahrenheit. Wait, actually, I'm going to convert it. Let's see. 10 Celsius to Fahrenheit. 50. It's 50 degrees. And I would say that it can sometimes go to zero. Like the worst we've had is 0 Celsius. So let's see how many Fahrenheit that is. 32. 32 degrees is the coldest we've had this summer. I mean, this winter. So it doesn't get too cold. I haven't seen snow, I feel like, in Paris. No, I don't think so. So yeah, summers are pretty mild. It doesn't get too bad. I mean, winters, why do I keep on saying summers? It's because I want it to be summer so bad. The only thing, like the thing is that for me, cold is not the worst part. So I used to live in Chicago and there I love the winters because it gets freezing. Like it gets freezing, but the sun is always like really shining. So I really like that. Whereas in Paris, it's like the opposite. It doesn't get really cold, but it's gray and gloomy and no sun. And so it's like even worse, I feel like. Katarina, what countries would you like to visit? Ugh, every country. If I could, like, I want to, there's so many countries I want to visit. I would say that my top places I would want to go right now is, let's see. Okay, this is so hard. There's so many. So I want to go to a continent that I've never gone to, either South America, or Africa, and like southern, like not like northern Africa, like Morocco, all of that, more like sub-Saharan Africa. That I really want to go. My cousin went to what's the word in like the place in English? In French, it's Namibia, probably like Namibia. I don't know. But I ever since like he keeps on posting photos about that, and I want to go there so bad now because like the photos are absolutely amazing. It looks so beautiful. So yeah, probably there, and obviously countries I've already been to as well. In Europe, probably also like Sweden, Norway. I haven't been to like the north. Um, Yeah. And then in Asia, I've only been to Japan, which I loved. Like Tokyo was like, I love that city so much. And so I would love to see more of Asia. So yeah, there's like so many countries. Are there any French books you would recommend? Do you mean French books like to learn French or like to cook or just French books in general? Love your channel. It helps me a lot with developing a healthy eating mindset. I'm so glad to hear that. My question is it healthy to eat eggs daily? So eggs, the thing with eggs is that yes, they're like you can definitely eat eggs. They have nutrients. There are good things for you in eggs, but I feel like they've been they're seen like too much as a health food. That's my only issue with them. Like people think that eating eggs is like maybe eating broccoli or something. I mean, they don't even compare. Of course, in terms of nutrients. But eggs are pretty high in cholesterol. So, like I talked about earlier when I talked about cholesterol, there is like the impact of the food that you eat on your cholesterol level. Cholesterol levels is pretty minimal, but still. So, I would say eggs daily, yeah. The thing is that if you're eating eggs daily, maybe there are other things that you're not eating that you could be eating. Also, it depends how many. Like if you're eating one egg, that's like fine. If you're eating like 3 eggs every day, maybe that's a lot. My answer is never black or white. And I think that if you've been following me for a while, you probably like know this. I never say like, yes, do this. No, don't do that. It kind of depends. But eggs, yeah, can definitely be a part of a healthy diet. It's just that like everything, you shouldn't be eating like 10 eggs every day, obviously. But if you eggs a few times a week, that's like great. Same here in Croatia, a lot of gray clouds and waiting for warmer days. Oh yeah, you were talking about the winters, I guess. Yeah. Yes, good old European winter, same here. So gray and depressive. Yes. Like it's literally a true thing. Everybody gets so depressed during the winter. It's horrible. Yeah, you met French authors like classics, but also good contemporary authors. Good French author. So classic, my favorite classic French author. Like I love work like books from the 19th century. Zola is really, really good if you want to see like Emile Zola, the author. If you want to, he like writes a lot about like he gets really deep into his characters, and sometimes there's lots of like multi-generational things in there. It's super interesting. He like paints the portrait of like French people a lot as well. So I feel like excuse me, Zola would be interesting. And so contemporary authors. So I mainly read in English actually, because I feel like I'm listening to French all the time and speaking French. So I try to read mainly in English. In terms of like contemporary French authors, I don't have that many. Also, when I read, I like to read authors from like different countries so that I get like different viewpoints on different things. So yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of French authors. I have like a Goodreads. I'm gonna look at it right now. If you don't know what Goodreads is, it's like where you can like put all your books, all the books that you read, and like write a summary and like rate them. So like I have like all the books here that I've like read lately. Wait, this is not, yeah. So I'm just gonna see if they're like French authors, but no, none of them I'm seeing are French. I'm such a bad French person. Yeah, there's literally like not one French book from the whole 2022 year. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, no, but Zura. Zura is the one that comes to mind for classic, excuse me, classic French authors. I have to think about that more. How often do you work out and do you enjoy doing it? So I don't really work out that much. I used to work out like during COVID. I used to work out a lot. I mean, a lot, not a lot, like twice a week. But now I don't work out that much. I don't really enjoy it, to be honest. So I dance though. I dance about once a week, and I also walk a lot. That's like my workout. But definitely you need to, physical activity is super important. So I really try to walk every day. If I don't walk every day, like on the day that I do walk, I try to make sure that I walk for a good amount of time so that I get in some physical activity, because that's very important. Minus 17 in Quebec. Oh yeah, Canada is known for like when we think about Canada, we think of like freezing. So good luck. And then félicitations, très bon contenu. Merci beaucoup. Oh my gosh, you're live and I'm here. Yay! Thank you so much for being here. That's so cool. Any hotels you'd recommend in Paris? To be honest, I don't go to hotels because I live here. I have no idea. Like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea what hotels to recommend. Also, it really depends on like your budget as well. There are like hotels that are famous, but they're like pretty expensive. Like Hotel Coast. I think the lowest I went was 5 degrees. Would probably die in minus 17 degrees. Yeah, me too. I mean, even if in Chicago it was colder. I'm going to go back to some Instagram questions. What do you think about intermittent fasting? Is it an effective way to lose weight? I made a video on intermittent fasting. I see intermittent fasting as another diet. I know that it's kind of like glorified, but basically it's just a way to like restrict your calories, except instead of like restricting the number, you're restricting the time frame in which you can have your calories, and therefore you are less likely to go over your calorie needs because you have fewer like time to get them in, like a smaller window. So no, I'm not a fan of intermittent fasting because it's so restriction, and I do think that a diet should not be restrictive for it to be sustainable. Can you discuss cost of living, rent in Paris? Oh, Paris is so expensive, but I mean, it's not New York. So I don't know if there's anybody from New York here, but Paris is like really expensive. Let's see like the cost. I'm going to type cost of square meter. I don't know if this talks, like if this speaks to anybody. It says 29 euros. So the average price per square meter in Paris is 29 euros. Okay, to rent. Okay, I don't know if this means anything, but basically it's really expensive. Like if you live alone and you want like an apartment that has like a separate bedroom, that's not like a studio with like one room, you have to have a budget of like around 1,000 euros a month. And then obviously that's like the baseline, and then if you want to get something a little bit nice, a little bit bigger, then it goes up like super quickly. It's so expensive, but again, there are worse places. And then the cost of living, yeah, it's also really expensive to eat there, but I mean, it's also nice because whenever I post videos and I tell the price of things that here, like groceries, people are like, oh, that's so cheap. I mean, eggs here are much cheaper than in the US, like right now, that's for sure. But yeah, Paris is generally very expensive, but for me, it's worth it. I do lots of things that aren't expensive, like walking around a lot and like visiting things that are like outside, so you don't have to pay anything. So that's really nice. What is the quality regarding canned beans and cooked from scratch? I tend to eat more canned. So, I mean, I eat only canned as well, to be honest, and that's because the nutrient difference to me is not worth it. So, if you're buying canned beans, there's a chance that they're adding some salt to that, maybe some preservatives to that. That's mainly the main difference. Maybe you're gonna have a little bit fewer vitamins and minerals, but like the fiber is gonna stay the same, and you're still gonna be getting the benefits. So, I mean, to me, it's definitely worth it to get everything canned. Okay, so how often do French people drink wine? I think there's kind of this cliche that French people drink wine every day, all the time. That's not true. Like for most people around me, now there are definitely families, specifically like more like older adults, who will have their glass of like red wine with their meal every single day. But I would say that most French people, they probably like have it on the weekends, and then maybe if they go grab a drink with a friend once or twice during the week, it's going to be like it's likely that's going to be a glass of wine. And then if they have like friends over, probably they're going to go through like multiple bottles of wine. But yeah, it's pretty common, but it's not like a daily thing for most people. What would you say is the nicest Paris neighborhood? So nicest, that depends what you mean by nicest. The most expensive one, the nicest in terms of like architecture is like the 8th. It's like kind of the richest neighborhood. The 8th, really like beautiful. The 1st as well. And then you have like in terms of nicest to live, I would say like the 6th as well is like really nice. It's like also really expensive. Um, and then it also depends what you're looking for because for instance, if you want to live like my parents live, they live in the 15th. And if you want to like if you're more of like an older adult and you just want to be like in a chill environment, and you want to be somewhere like really safe and like pretty and clean and not be bothered by young people and parties and bars and all of that and have like a bunch of restaurants and places to grocery shop, go to like the 15th. 16th as well, but 16th is like kind of boring, like nothing happens there. It's mainly like older people. Oh yeah, you said yeah, the most luxurious. Yeah, the 8th and the 1st. Yeah, because like the arrondissement go like that, so it's not like sometimes you have like the 1st and the 8th that are to get like close together. Okay, back to Instagram. Whenever I don't like I'm up to date for the chat, I go to an Instagram question, but it's already been 45 minutes, so I'm gonna end this soon. Okay, I just said if you have dinner at 8:30, what time do you go to bed and what time do you wake up? So I'm gonna answer this personally, and then for like most French people. So for me personally, I go to bed at like 2 a.m. Maybe like between 1 and 2 because I work like better at night. So I like usually I have like a dinner break around 8:30, and then I work until like maybe like midnight or 1, and then I read or like waste time on TikTok until like 2 p.m. 2 a.m. Sorry, I mean. Or sometimes I go out until 2 a.m. So yeah, I usually like go to bed around 2 a.m. and then I wake up around 9:30 or 10. It depends. But yeah, I like to have my days kind of like that. And then for most French people, I would say they have dinner around 8:30 and then they go to bed at like 11:30. I would say that's like kind of the norm. Hello from Greece. Hi. What is your favorite meal to eat out at restaurants? I would say my top one is any pasta dish. I'm like a huge pasta lover, so anything that is made with pasta, I'm gonna try it. So that's like my number one. Number two is probably pizza. That is another one of my favorites. So if I'm going to like an Italian restaurant, I'm always like I can't decide between pizza and pasta. It's always terrible. But yeah, and then probably number three is like burgers. I love burgers, like veggie burgers. I love testing different veggie burgers. Yeah, that's like my top three. So as you can see, no French. Sorry, no French dish. No French dishes there. Okay, so how to ensure intuitive eating choices are coming from you versus hijacked cravings. Yeah, that's really, really hard. I think that I really have like a few videos that can help you with that. That can help. Like I have a video on anti-diet culture that can probably help. And the thing is that if you've been telling yourself for so long that like sugar is bad, cookies are bad, then it can kind of be the counterpart like reaction to be like, oh, since this is bad, then I want it. You know, like if you tell a kid don't eat a cookie, he's gonna be like, okay, I want it. So it's going to take a while for you to be able to figure out your true cravings. What is it that you actually like or don't like? I would say that you have to experiment a little bit. You have to be patient with yourself and try to see like when you're craving something. Like let's say you're craving a cookie, you don't know if it's like a true craving or not. And if you eat that cookie, pay attention to how you feel after that. Like, was this satisfying? Was this not? Was this what I wanted? Was it not? And then in time, that will kind of help you. Excuse me, I keep on coughing. What? Okay, I'm just gonna answer a few more before I like die on live chat. And then I'm gonna go. So what is your favorite dessert that is healthy? Fruit. Fruit is my favorite dessert, especially like berries or mangoes. My favorite. I would like to see a video on IBS. Yes, I should make that. I have had requests for that too, for people with IBS or gluten-free. I love cooking videos and what I eat in a day. Okay, great. I will keep those coming. I will keep on making these types of videos. Okay, so I still have like a few more questions, but I'm gonna start wrapping this up. Wow, this went by really fast. I thought I would have like nothing to say and this would last like 10 minutes, but really nice to see that it's been almost 1 hour. So thank you so much to everyone for being here and for your questions. Okay, I have another question. Are younger French people generally cooking less French food these days? Seems like very involved cooking, young people. Yeah, definitely. French people are like young people are cooking less. Definitely. I see that a lot, and it's because there's so many other things to do. Cooking is not as much of a priority now. And also, when they do cook, French food is not the first thing that they typically cook. But I will say that for with most of my friends, like when they cook for themselves, they're not necessarily going to make like big French dishes, but a lot of the times when we get together, when I like go to eat at a friend's house or stuff like that, they're going to take the time to cook a French dish. So I feel like it's also because like families are getting together like later. I mean, like my parents started living together really young. I mean, not that young, but I mean, most people, if you look at the older generations, already like in their 20s, they would live together. There would be like at least two people, and then they would have kids pretty early on. And so it's like easier to make an entire like French dish for your family than for yourself. Like it's hard to be like, oh, I'm gonna cook this entire ratatouille just for me. So I love your channel so much. Are you planning to come to the US? And so would you do a meet and greet? I'm actually going to the US this summer because one of my best friend is getting married. So I'm going to see her in Chicago. But a meet and greet, yeah, that would be really hard because none of you are from the same place. So that would be really hard. But I would love to if it was possible. Do you have an OnlyFans? No. And I will never have one. Not planning on having one. This was so nice. Thank you, Beats from Netherlands. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I hope you all have a really, really good day. It was so nice to see you. And yeah, again, this means a lot. Thank you again so much for 50K. And one thing I want to announce as well, I totally forgot about this. I want to do like a little giveaway. So everybody that has commented, I don't know how this works, like the live chat. I'm probably going to do this for my other video because with this chat, I don't know how it works. But on my next video, so I'll explain that again, but you guys can know before everybody. On my next video, which is going to be the what I eat in a day, everybody who comments is going to like get a chance to win my course for free. So I have a course on healthy eating and building healthy eating habits. And so I'm going to be giving it for free for one person. And I'm going to use like a random comment generator to do that. So you're going to need to like write a comment on my next video. I think it's going to be my next video because I don't know if I can do it here because I don't think it's just going to be in the chat. I don't think I'm going to have comments. So yeah, I'm going to do it in my next video. So make sure to do that. And then if the comment falls on somebody that has already gotten the course, then we'll see what we do. Maybe they can get my next course for free or like free coaching. We'll see. But yeah, just wanted to say that to thank you again for 50K. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Hopefully it will continue to go up because obviously the more subscribers I get, the more views I get, the more videos I can make. So that's also really great. Yeah, so thank you. I'm just reading your like bye messages. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's great to see that you like the vlog style videos. That's good because I don't know, like people have always been asking for more vlog style. At first I was like, no, I don't want to do that. But I'm seeing that in terms of stats, it works. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, so I'm gonna stop. It's been almost an hour. Thank you again so much for being here. I know that it's hard like to get multiple people on with the time zones because like everybody has different time zones. Probably people are like waking up or like having lunch or like, most of you that are here are like on the same time zone as me or like in Europe. So pretty similar time zone. Or in Asia, so it's like later and you're off work. So thank you again for being here. And I hope that you guys keep on watching my videos. And yeah, that's it. Bye guys. Au revoir.